So the cleaning of your data requires most probably in case if you are using the Excel, because if you are connecting to the database, most of the cleaning has been done at the backend. Sometimes it requires certain cleaning, but some cleaning is specific to your transformation is specific to Excel. One such a case is like always sometimes we have some in Excel we have headers and you don't have a proper table constraints, right? Meaning like the data won't be in the table format. If you see here, this is like looking like they have added two header rows and then sometimes you have a matrix kind of format that needs to be converted into your table kind of rows. And also you can see here product category, sometimes they feel like they enter the data without completing the other category members for this particular row, because assuming like these are merged row, right? Sometimes it can be merged also. So these kind of issues will come only if you have a data in your Excel. So I'm trying to explain this data. There are certain data issues or data to be in a proper format before creating the report. What such format? You should have a proper table kind of data for your Power BI reports to work properly. If you import this data into Power BI, that is from this Excel, what will happen? How to clean it? That's what we are going to see now. I am in Power BI now. Instead of clicking blank report, this time I'm going for the Excel workbook. Once you click on this, it will navigate to you to the path to choose. Then click on Power Query Cleaning and Transformation. This is the file. Now once you choose this, this data will appear. In this case I'm going to choose all the three. If you remember in our previous session we have choose only one particular sheet. Now I'm selecting all the sheets over here. So whichever is highlighted, that particular table preview will be shown. So now I highlighted product category, that particular table is shown. Now you can see this is collapsed, meaning like this particular data sheet contains headers, right? That is why it is showing differently. The column headers are not automatically picked up. So we have some issues here. Then we need to transform this data. Let's try to do the transformation. So this is where you will navigate while loading your data. Before loading, you are going to the Power Query, right? This transform data will trigger the Power Query window over here. First things first, let's try to go one by one. Let's try to fix this column header issue. If you remember here, this is the first row and this is the second row, right? But we need actually the data from your third row, okay? And the third row should become your header row as well. Now to do that, I need to skip the first two rows. Already Power BI has made the first row, right? The Naga garment sales header as my one of the column header, considers column header. I don't want to do anything there. Then I need to skip this one particular row, right? Skip this. So for that I need to do certain operation here, that is remove rows. That is from the home tab. If you are not in the home tab, click on this data, then choose remove rows. So remove top rows. How many rows? I need to remove only one row, which is this particular row. So click on one. Once you click on this, number of rows to be skipped or removed, that is removed. Now I want to make this particular row as my header. Then there is option use first row as header. Otherwise what will happen is, if you will have column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5 as your data columns in your Power BI desktop. What I'm trying to say, let's try to close and apply. Then all these three tables data will be appearing in your data over here. Now the data will have the column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, right? That will be the headers of your table. but we should not do with this column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. So you should see how it appears with the issue. Then you will understand what I'm trying to do here. So now in order to see the data, right, I mean column header properly, go to the table view, then you will understand. If you click on the data, you can see here this is appearing as column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5, something like that. This is not the one we need. What is the header? This should be, the third row should appear as the header. So this is the problem statement. Now go back to the report view, then toggle the switch ribbons, right? There is option to transform your data. So either while you clicking on the while loading, choosing the data to be loaded, at that time you can click on transform data. If you have already loaded, if you want to do the transformation, go to home tab and click on ribbon button and transform data. This will also move us to the Power Query, that is transform your data. So at any point of time you can do any transformation. Once you have transformed, that recent changes will be reflected from the next time. Now coming over here, I don't want this to be my column, then I want this particular header. So use first row as header. Click on this, use first row as headers. Now my column become properly here, and it picked up the proper data type as well. You see this contains a data type date, so the data type is here date, and then this contains text, so everything is ABC. Now my selling price is only the numerical value, that's why it picked up as integer. So these are the properly picked up data. This is the first thing I want to highlight, that we have seen the promote or use first row as column header, remove unnecessary columns. Next thing is all about how to fill this blank data. So usually we need to choose one particular column or entire table, right? Entire table we cannot choose, so column by column we need to choose. So click on this column and then replace values. Okay, replace values. You need to mention the null, right? Null to be replaced with, that is small letter, null to be replaced with not available, anything that as you wish. Okay, even if you want to leave null, that is fine. To make it more meaningful, I am replacing that null with the not available. So you see here, just right click on this and then replace values, so you will get some more transformation or cleaning of your data. So this is second thing I want to highlight, that is you can replace the null values. The other thing I want to highlight in the another table, that is product category. Now here the challenge is the same thing, right? This is the column header, just make it as use first row as header. So this is done. Now there is an issue here, as I said before, in order to make Power BI to work properly, you need to have values for a particular row in each row, right? We know from here as a human, casual, this row belongs to casual wear, because if there is a null, consider this as a casual wear. But Power BI can't work like that. It should have a value for each row. So how to programmatically do it? There are different ways you can do this one, but doing it programmatically is a time consuming. That is where Power Query comes into picture to make our life easier with the GUI. There is an option called fill, right? Fill up or down. In this case I need to fill down, right? That's it. So what it does, wherever you find null, whatever value appears at the up, that will be, the one appear at the top, which will be filled down. Okay, this is what it does. So these kind of operations, which are very tedious to do in Excel or in your programming language, that can be done with the click of a button. This is what I want to highlight. Then there comes certain duplication. If you see here, after once you fill, there are certain duplications appear, or if you feel your data has a duplicate, click on all the columns, both the columns, and then right click and then remove duplicates. In this case, we have a total 14 records. There is a formal shirt and formal shirt, it's appeared twice, which is an exact duplicate. So click on these two columns. I will repeat once again. Click this one and then press shift and then press this column, then click on remove duplicates. Excuse me. So this is what we removed the duplicates right now. So we have done some column manipulation and null replacement, also fill, right? These are the some of the transformations we can think of. What you can sense right now, what is the potential of this tool, what are the different things you can able to achieve using this tool. We will try to explore more in the upcoming sessions.